here we are with a little final Fatal Fury review. Uh, I made a video like as soon as the beta came out, playing my first few matches. Like I played like 5 matches, and then I made a little first impressions review. But now that I've gotten, I don't know, I've gotten a decent amount of time. I would say I've gotten maybe a little under 200 matches. I didn't know life the beta, but I did play a decent amount. So I got probably a little under 200 matches in total. Highest rank I got to was in the middle of B rank. And I'm going to explain why I only got to B rank when I felt like I could have got a higher rank, but that's going to go directly into one of my problems with the game. Anyways, we're playing some Vox here. Pretty fun character, I can't lie. He might be my favorite character. I only played Terry, Vox, and Kine. Those are the only characters I played. I didn't get to play Rock, mainly because I felt like I saw him everywhere. He was kind of getting annoying. I didn't get to play Mai, unfortunately. And we're just going to go into why. Like, why didn't I try all these characters, right? So, in my first impressions video, I said that, you know, the matchmaking wasn't great and the netcode wasn't great. And then, after I made that video, I obviously played a bunch more hours of the beta. And I started to like the game, right? Like those problems started to go away. And I was almost thinking about making another video talking about like, oh wait, this game's actually pretty good. But I decided to hold off and I decided to play more. And I got to B rank, which, I mean, I don't know if you would call that high rank. I'm not actually sure how many people got that rank in this beta. I didn't look at the leaderboards or anything. But it's definitely, you know, a little bit higher up there. And when you get to like a somewhat higher rank, the problems of the game get shot right into your forehead. So the main problem with the game, the main 2 problems I had was the netcode and the matchmaking. And if you played this game and you know you understand netcode and all that, you'll notice that this game is like a little choppy feeling, right? Like the netcode isn't bad to the point where people are teleporting across the screen, right? That doesn't happen. But you'll notice that like the game looks kind of jittery. And maybe if you can't notice it on the video, you'll definitely notice it if you're a fighting game player and you're playing the game. You'll definitely start to notice it. The game is a little jittery, like 1 to 2 frames of animations are getting cut off, right? But that might not seem like the end of the world. And I was also like, I mean, you could kind of see it right here. This Mai is like, I mean, I would say 85% of my matches had this little jitter to them. Maybe more than that. Like most of my matches had this weird little jitter of like 1 to 2 frames being cut off of a move. And I was getting used to it until I started to hit the high ranks. Or, I don't want to call them high ranks, but you know, like a decent rank. And the problem was that, if you don't know, every character in this game can feint their moves, right? So essentially, you can press a button, and when you press this button, your character will start up the animation of a move, but they will immediately stop doing the move. It's pretty much just like a fake out, right? Here's the problem. With this jittery netcode, all feints are immediately 10 times faster. So when people, because I mean, if you're watching this gameplay, you'll see I was not using feints at all. I barely used feints, and they're definitely a giant part of the game that I didn't realize until I started getting to those ranks. But when people start using feints in like block strings, oh, it was some of the most frustrating stuff I've ever played against. Because it's so jittery on top of the fact that your character is literally doing an animation and immediately canceling that animation, right? So it already looks fast and like a little awkward because, you know, they're literally faking you out. Combine that with the 1 to 2 frame of rollback jitter you got already, it's just a confusing mess. And like, people were mixing me like crazy because like, I remember there was this one Terry player, and he was just mashing the feints. Like, he was doing so many different types of feints, and it was impossible because he was kind of playing Street Fighter 6. Like, he was grabbing a lot. So he would like feint, run up, and grab. But obviously with this game's netcode, it was extremely jittery. So it was near impossible to react to that. You know, attack, feint, run up, grab. It happened so much faster than you could even imagine. And yeah, it low-key makes me not even want to play the game. And that brings me to my point of why I didn't even try all the characters, because the beta just ended a few hours ago, and I didn't play the final day of the beta. On the final day of the beta, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm good, right? I think I've gotten my fair share of the game, and while I do enjoy the game, and I do actually really like the characters that I've played so far, I just think it's kind of unacceptable to be having any type of netcode related problems with a game in the year 2025. And I watched Diaphone's video, and he said that this game has worse netcode than Street Fighter 6 and better netcode than Tekken 8. And I could not, like, I could not disagree more with that. So on Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, I only play against people who are on wired connection. So that could explain why I disagree. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've played a few games against Wi-Fi players on Tekken, and it was atrocious, right? But I don't even think this game shows if they're playing on Wi-Fi. So you don't get a choice. And on top of that, even if you did get a choice, the matchmaking is so unbelievably slow that if you go up against a Wi-Fi player, even if you knew he was a Wi-Fi player, chances are you aren't going to decline him because you don't want to wait for matchmaking. On Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8, if I see someone is on Wi-Fi, I can decline them because I know I'm going to get another match in just a few seconds. On this game, I don't even think it shows you if they're on Wi-Fi, but even if it did, you wouldn't want to decline them because the matchmaking is going to take so long. So I heavily disagree with Diaphone there, where he said that this game's netcode was better than Tekken 8. Maybe in a Wi-Fi situation, maybe. But like I said, it's just, there's nowhere. Like, if Tekken 8's netcode is like a 7 out of 10, and Street Fighter 6 is a 10 out of 10, I would give this a 5 out of 10 in the netcode department. And there was another video I watched which was great, which was JM Crofts talking about the problems that this game has. And he was really diving into the menus and the room problems. And I definitely felt the menu problems, but I have not played a room match, so I didn't really know that those problems existed. But yeah, I mean, this game is so like low quality, stuck in the Stone Age. It feels like this game came out 10 years ago. So yeah, if people are saying they need to delay this game, I fully agree with that. This game is just, it feels very old. It feels very dated. That's the best. You know when you play like KOF 14, right? You're like, oh, this game is a little dated. This game feels the same age as KOF 14, but it's not. It's not even out yet. They did actually address this, which was surprising, and they said that they're going to try to fix the matchmaking issues and that they're looking at having another beta. But they were kind of like really obscure in the way they said it. Like, I wish they would just have hard confirmation on what they're doing. But overall, I would strongly agree with people who say that this game should be delayed. I don't think that 2 months is enough to fix the problems that this game has, especially considering SNK's track record with these kinds of problems. I think the game should be delayed, and You know, if the game is delayed, I'm not sure what that would do to the DLC, because like obviously the DLC would be ready, and even though the DLC is technically free, it would be a little scummy to say, oh, you're getting the DLC for free, but the characters have been finished before the game even came out, right? Like that's like that, like yeah, that would be a little weird. But at the same time, I would like to buy this game and play it, but to be honest with you, you know, not even from a YouTube side of things, from just an actual me hopping on the game and playing it, it was very unenjoyable because of the netcode, the matchmaking. It really felt like I was playing a game from like 2014, 2016, that range. Like it just felt like that. And I'm sure there were games in that time period that didn't even have these problems. So I don't know. I think the game should be delayed. How long should the game be delayed? I don't know. That would be up for SNK to decide, because these problems truly need to be fixed. The game is just, I would call the game not good. I would, like the gameplay is fine, right? The gameplay does have some problems, like the SPG, you know, move, whatever. The gameplay is an SNK game for sure, so that it is a fun game to play. But I mean, it feels like you're playing such an old game with like the problems. It's insane. So I'm probably gonna have more videos uploaded from just some matches, some gameplay, you know. But overall, I think this game needs to be delayed. I wouldn't even call it a decent game because I mean, it's just so below what we have now in terms of standards. You know, I couldn't imagine paying $60 for this, even though I gotta give SNK credit. I really do like what they're doing by giving you the first year of DLC free. And I think they're doing that because, you know, Street Fighter 6 is clearly a much higher quality game. And, you know, this game isn't gonna have a mode like a World Tour or anything. So I think the reason why the game is giving you the DLC technically for free is because, you know, they know that compared to Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6, this game is nowhere near as high quality. However, that doesn't mean that the game should be low quality. And I would say that a lot of the problems this game has just come from something that's very low quality. Because there's been indie fighting games that have better netcode, better lobbies, better matchmaking than this game does. So, yeah. Unacceptable, I would say, and I think the game should be delayed, but I am a little concerned that, you know, if you've been keeping up with the marketing for this game, they're having like I believe it's a Saudi Arabia like boxing event with like high-level fighters, like high-level boxers. I don't know who was, I don't remember who was in it, but there was some pretty big names. And they're like, the name of the boxing event is called like Fatal Fury. They're having like this giant event to advertise this game. And, you know, considering how Saudi Arabia is with that kind of stuff, I don't know if they would even be allowed to delay the game. They might just be, who knows, they might just be getting forced to release the game. But that's no excuse in my opinion, considering the disaster that KOF 15 was. This should have been handled already, or the game should not be coming out this early. The game should have, you know, come out towards the end of the year, or they should delay the game. But like I said, with the whole like way that this game's advertising is going with these big events and the Saudi Arabia stuff, I don't know if this game will be getting delayed. And the problem is that it very much needs to be delayed, because you could argue that SNK could fix these problems before the game comes out, but I don't see it happen. So, overall, my problems with the game are the same as my first impressions, except they're more cemented now. The game is in a worrying state, especially considering, you know, the UI, the menus, how slow everything is. The fact that everything, I don't even think I've mentioned this, the fact that almost everything in the game has a loading screen as well as in between rounds is just insane. overall, this game feels so archaic and so aged, and it's not even out yet. This game needs to be delayed for sure. Anyways, let me know how you feel. Like, sub, and I am a little upset about this. I can't lie, but I'm gonna have more videos up, and Monster Hunter comes out this week, so yeah, stay tuned. Peace.